One of my favorite dishes in the entire universe is linguine with clam sauce. So I'm going to do a too tired to cook version of that and make one pot clam spaghetti. Paige, you're going to fall in love with this. Stu, you're going to fall in love with this. Of course, that's not saying much because Stu loves everything. But when you are too tired to cook, this is going to turn into one of your favorite dishes. So one pot pastas are amazing. Basically, you put everything into the pot, almost everything in this case, and then you turn on the heat and let it cook. So I started with a box of whole wheat spaghetti, and then I have a bunch of sliced onions, and they go in. The beauty of these one pot pastas is that you don't have to saute onion and garlic, saute the vegetables, make the sauce. It all gets made in the pot at the same time. So in addition to the onions, garlic, and spaghetti, I'm gonna add a can of clams with the juice because the juice is where a lot of that delicious clam flavor comes from. Now, there are different degrees of quality when it comes to canned clams, so it's always better to use a brand that's a little bit elevated, just, you know, you kind of get what you pay for on that, but it doesn't take much, it's just one small can. So I'm sprinkling in some crushed red pepper flakes and then some oregano leaves. And just look how cool this is, Paige. And then I'm gonna take this water and pour it in. All right, now I'm gonna add some salt and some olive oil, because if I were making linguine with clam sauce and cooking the clams ahead of time, I would do it in a pan with some olive oil. All righty, turn up the heat and bring it to a boil. Not even gonna stir it, because that would be way too much work. Now, the secret to these one pot pastas is that you wanna have a pan where the pasta can lay flat. You don't wanna have a small pan where you stick the spaghetti, because then it just slowly kind of cooks and softens. So bring this to a boil, let it cook for about 10 minutes, and then I'll finish it up. It's going to be spectacular. Okay, Paige, come look at this. So it's been just under 10 minutes, but the liquid has slowly been absorbed by the pasta. It smells so good. I smell the onions and garlic and that kind of briny clam business. All right, so I turned off the heat because I don't want the spaghetti to overcook. And I'm gonna finish this dish and it's gonna be so good. So I'm gonna drop in some butter and just stir it around and just let it become part of that glorious sauce. It's really amazing what a couple of tablespoons of butter will do to a pasta dish like this. It just helps that sauce just kind of come together and it makes it magical. All right, and now about 2 cups of baby spinach. I'm just gonna drop them in. And you obviously wanna add the spinach at the end, because if I added it at the beginning, it would just completely fall apart. So fold, look at this. It's so thick. It almost looks like a carbonara, clam carbonara.
Ooh.
That makes no sense. But it's got that sort of thick, glossy look about it. Oh, that looks amazing. And then, of course, we gotta have some Parmesan cheese. I have a funny story about linguine with clam sauce. It's the first thing I ever cooked your dad. And it did not go well. No, he acted like he loved it and he ate it and ate it, but he was just being polite. And he got a phone call in the middle of his dinner that he was eating, and he excused himself because he had to take the call and he was gone for a while, so I filled his plate again. And then when he came back, he had another big mound of linguine with clam sauce. It's one of my favorite stories. And then lots and lots of butter, lots and lots of black pepper, and lots. As long as you want to stand here and grind in some pepper, you will be very glad you did. I think it needs just a little bit more spinach. And honestly, how easy was that? Just look at how amazing that is.
Yummy.
Oh, I have to take a bite. I want to make sure I'm not steering you wrong. I'm just trying to be responsible. Ooh, ready, set. My word, that was perfect.